today to head to the sidelines for Claude Faig.
Thanks very much, Chris. I really appreciate that. You know, before Mother Nature spoiled the party, I had a chance to go into the stands and talk to some of the fans about attending Ticat games here at Alumni Stadium this season. And I also talked to the players early in the week. Henry Burris saying that it has a college feel. It kind of has turned the clock back for him a little bit as far as the age is concerned. Ken Austin also liking the field, but saying that he's trying to keep his guys focused. And whether it's a home game or an away game, he said the field's the same size. The guys still have to put on the pads the same way. The only concern, guys, is I got gypped. I didn't get a chance to sample the fine food up there.
Oh, we haven't done that either, but a pretty good fan-friendly area in behind the main grandstand here. Talked to Mike Riley about it yesterday, and he got the sense it was a lot like Empire Field, the smaller version of when the Lions played in for their time. The Box J boys are here, got their section. Second down, there's Charbonneau Campo with the catch, but it'll be short of the first down, and the Ticat punt team will have to come on. Well, they've moved to section 103 for this season.
Will always be the Box J boys to us, though.
All the great fans have made the trip. 8 games here and 1 game in Moncton on the home schedule for the Ticats. In 2013, it'll be Edmonton Eskimo football near midfield when we come back.
Shop it.
CFL on TSN action continues Thursday. The only team at 2-0, the Saskatchewan Roughriders in Toronto, to take on the Argonauts. Live coverage underway, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on TSN. And there'll be one 0-2 team after today. These two clubs, Edmonton and Hamilton, vying for their first win of 2013. 9-point Eskimo lead. They take over on the Hamilton side of half, and there's Hugh Charles dancing again down to the 51-yard line.
You have to like the commitment that the Edmonton Eskimos have shown to using Hugh Charles, and I thought it really showed up in their last possession. They got into a 2nd and long situation and still ran the football, and that's one of the things you want to do with it is not be too predictable in terms of when you use it, that the other team, 2nd and long, those defensive linemen can't just pin their ears back. Linebackers ready to blitz.
2nd and 4. And it's a keeper for Riley, and Jamal Johnson waiting for him with a posse of Ticats, and he'll be dropped short of the first down.
Edmonton tries to set this one up with the receiver Kerry Koch and running back Hugh Charles getting out in front as blockers for Mike Riley. Koch is going to waggle across. Charles is going to get out in front, but keep an eye right in the middle of your screen on Jamal Johnson, who spies it and then kind of tracks it from behind. Once he's got a clear line to that quarterback, he just explodes like a cobra.
Approaching 5 minutes of this second quarter. Lamar back. Last time he had trouble with it. This time Grant Shaw's got difficulty and skies the punt just beyond the line of scrimmage. And on a hop, Bro will play it. And there's the 5-yard, no yards. And so difficulty fielding the football. And the Hamilton Ticats will have better field position than they would have expected.
Well, hockey's got rink rats, basketball's got gym rats, football's got this guy, J.C. Sherritt, here at the stadium 4 hours before game time. The first guy here, out on the field all by himself. You know what he does once the first whistle blows? Well, this is how he gets himself ready to roll on game day.
Ticats take over at the 45, so a net of 6 after the 11-yard punt by Grant Shaw. A run up the middle by Gable into J.C. Sherritt's neighborhood.
Yeah, and based on the year he had last year, Chris, you might have a lot of young players starting to show up 4 hours before game time. Single season CFL record, 130 tackles for the Edmonton Eskimos last season to lead the CFL. named the league's most outstanding defensive player in the process.
Former running back and then started in college as a fullback. He didn't like that position.
There's no glory in that.
Moved to middle linebacker when Shane Emery transferred to UBC. There's Samuel Jaguar with a catch and a first down grab for Jaguar, who had just won last week. Was a little disappointed. Burris said, stay with it. You might get 8 in week 2.
Well, there could be a different guy every week in this Hamilton Tiger Cat receiving corps. Henry Burris trying to keep everybody involved. Jaguar, another guy in the shuffle. He's flipping sides this week with Andrea Jones and Andy Fantus out of that receiving corps. He moves from the short side to the wide side.
In the heavy rain, a play action fake, and Burris dumping it off for Curry Grant. Stretches out, and believe he has the catch at the 40-yard line. And if they rule it a catch, it's an 8-yard pickup. They will spot it at the Edmonton 40-yard line.
A little quick hitter there for Hamilton. One of the suggestions for the Tiger Cats, one of the things that makes Ken Austin's scheme a little bit different, see Grant get the arms underneath that one, is that there are always adjustments. There are adjustments on every route depending on coverage. Receivers have to think on the fly. That's where you really miss a veteran like Andy Fantus.
2nd and 2, handoff to Gable, and he ran into one of the receivers, I believe Ellingson, who was showing fly sweep, and so execution problem will stop the Ticat short.
Well, still getting the timing down in week 2. If you watch from the bottom of your screen, Ellingson's going to show up late. He's got to get across there in front of Gable.
Brandon Lang, the tackle. So a loss on the play, 3rd down. Joe Burnett is back. Bartell works for the corner and is able to get that one down at the 10-yard line. Terrific kick, and there is a flag, and was Bartell roughed up? Brandon Lang was there. Flag is in that area. Let's see if the Ticats get a first down out of this.
I got roughing the kicker. What do you guys got? Okay, so we're gonna go back to the line of scrimmage.
You hear the official preliminary call. Davis Reed talks to Lang.
Yeah, you can't let him off the hook.
Major foul, roughing the kicker. Edmonton number 98. No yards. Hamilton, 5 yards. We're going to go up 10 yards. First down.
Watch for Brandon Lang coming from the left side of that defensive line. Contacting the kicker while that leg is still up in the air. You saw a bump on Grant Shaw's kick after the fumble. No roughing call on that against Sam Scott as he was out of his kicking rhythm after picking up the fumble.
So fresh set of downs for the Ticats. Burris stands in, looks deep into the end zone, and it's knocked down. Aaron Grimes. The intended target was Ed Gant as that training camp matchup continues.
You wonder, Chris, if that wet ball affected Henry Burris's release on this one. Not a real clean getaway for him as it hung up there a little bit and wasn't a tight throw. That allows Aaron Grimes to be well positioned on the play. You see him inside that receiver, head turned, just running hip pocket, timing that jump.
So 2nd and 10. The Eskimo 32-yard line. They go empty. Pressure comes on over the middle. Gant, and he got hit by Grimes, and the ball falls incomplete.
Grimes versus Gant continues with the young defensive back getting the best of the receivers so far in this ball game.
Grimes replacing Rod Williams onto the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL, and Davis Reed told us a couple of weeks ago that he thinks Aaron Grimes is easily in the top 10 of fastest players in the Canadian Football League. So Kanji comes on. He missed from 42. This will be from 39 yards out. to get Hamilton within 6. Bartel puts it down, and Kanji gets it. The Waterloo native gets one in these elements, and it's now 16-10.
One of the league's most reliable kickers a year ago, Luka Kanji, hitting on 89%, and a great comeback season for him after missing the entire 2011 season with Saskatchewan.
But the Lang penalty cost the Eskimos 3. It's interesting to note that Lang stayed in the lineup this week on Mondo Sewell because of a ratio problem. Was the defensive lineman who comes out, not because he took penalties last week,
That's right,
but because they wanted Lang for special teams, and on a special team penalty, the Ticats drive extended and they get 3. Under 6 to go first half, and Edmonton takes over at the 35. Charles sloshing back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Hugh Charles had 2 100-yard rushing games last year, and he has one already here in week 2 against the Ticats.
When you're dealing with a running back like Hugh Charles, the Hamilton Tiger Cat says, let the rain keep coming. You want to have as slow a track as possible. With Hugh Charles playing on the turf, you saw the speed that he has when he can just explode to the point of attack. Here he's got to be a little bit more careful with his footing. Eliminate some of that quickness that makes him so dangerous.
2nd and 10. Riley looked wide side, now the other way, and he'll throw it away. Closest man to it was Kuhorn, but Delvin Breaux was all over him. And it's a 2 and out.
Oh, Mike Riley takes a big hit on that play with big Craig Marshall closing in on him. But a good throwaway for the first-year starter here. We saw the turnovers, interception issues last week as he had 3 picks against, including what we'll call the fatal one to end the first half.
3rd 2 and out. Registered by the Ticat defense, who had only 2 last week in Toronto. Shaw under pressure, and he just got it away. Lamar from his 33. Here's Lindsay Lamar across midfield, but a flag down. Calvin McCarty collars Lamar down at the Edmonton 42-yard line. And let's check Murray Clark's penalty marker. Well, we've learned very quickly that every kick to Lindsay Lamar could be dangerous.
Well, and whether there's a holding penalty here or not, we'll find out from Murray Clark. Edmonton's got to get down the field on this guy.
On the return, holding. Hamilton number 40. Major foul, face mask. Edmonton number 46. Go ahead, 5 yards, first down.
So Eric Norwood was called, and so too was the former Hamilton Ticat, Nathan Kanya, acquired by the Eskimos for special team work. And so the ball spotted right at midfield.
We'll just take a quick look at when Lindsay Lamar catches this football. Nobody's getting down the field on him. He's got a ton of room. You don't want to get that guy that much of a head start, that much of a head of steam.
Here's Gable off the right side, and not much there. Sherritt submarining to make first contact.
C.J. Gable against some pretty good competition, won that starting running back job coming out of training camp. Avon Coburn, of course, retired, but the Ticats return Siobhan Walker, who's been a scratch in the first couple games of the season. Great early season sensation in particular for Hamilton last year.
One of the most celebrated high school players in California, as you mentioned, a true freshman at USC, and a solid career there till his senior year in a game in which he fumbled the ball twice, got him in the bad books of Pete Carroll and on the sidelines. Here's a quick hitter for Gant, and incomplete, upended by Grimes, and that's been a fun matchup.
Clearly a bit of a feeling for Henry Burris and the Hamilton Tiger Cats, the team that you know adjusted its game plan over the last couple days once Andy Fantuz was injured.
Marcel Young nearly came up with that football. off the fingertips of Grimes, and he had one go off his hands in Edmonton in the preseason that was returned for a touchdown. Play stopped, and the Eskimos have called a timeout with somebody missing on that special teams unit. There's Terry Eisler in charge of that group.
Maybe some confusion up front. It looked like they had 12 out there. They're going with 2 deep men. Perhaps because of the weather conditions, Kerry Cope joining Joe Burnett deep.
So they get their signals straight. This was just under 3.5 minutes on the scoreboard here at the University of Guelph. Martell again lining it into the corner. It's dead, and Burnett gets bounced out inside the 15-yard line.
Well, Josh Bartell has mastered that end-over-end punt, and he just gets this thing. His last 2 kicks just gets it to die where it hits. He doesn't have to worry about the spin or the bounce. One of those tricks he learned in Aussie rules football.
38 yards and no bounce. He's a master, isn't he?
Yeah, when he gets down where he's aiming coffin corner, that's where you see him adjust his technique, and he goes for that end-over-end drop. And watch this thing on the wet field especially, just dies where it hits.
Got the 60-degree wedge going there. And again, Mike Riley not enjoying good field position. Could be the final play before the 3-minute warning. And off the fingertips of Hugh Charles, who they want to get involved as a receiver more. And an incomplete pass, a 6-point Edmonton Eskimo lead at the 3-minute warning here in the first half. As Jamal Johnson and the Ticats defense starts to dig in. Coming up at halftime, GMC live at the half. In Paul LaPolice's playbook, he'll deal with the weather conditions, how teams handle it, and Dave, Jock, Matt, and Schultze will have coin toss, the best and worst of the week, and this is certainly the worst conditions of the week. Second and 10, quarterback keeper, and Riley hits the deck underneath Jamal Johnson, and it will be a punt situation for the Eskimos, and Ticats should get it. Great field position here, and maybe a chance to take the lead before this half is done.
Well, the Ticats benefited on that play call from the fact that they didn't get much of an upfield push. All their defensive linemen were kind of at the line still waiting for Mike Riley. Looked like they got a late jump.
Shaw's last punt was 11 yards. Their second last punt. Lindsay Lamar is back waiting on the Eskimos side of midfield. Shaw gets that away, and it's a good one. Backpedaling Lamar to the 50. Across the midfield stripe. And dropped at the Edmonton 49-yard line. Good field position, a 43-yard punt. Let's check in with Ludwig.
Well, Chris, obviously a lot of rain and a lot of water accumulation. As you look down on the field here, a lot of puddling. And I asked a few of the players about the footing, and they said it's a little slippery. They can deal with it. But, I mean, you can see in spots the puddling is severe. And you wonder, the drainage system here may not be the best, and how that's going to accumulate if this keeps coming down as the game goes on.
Was a lightning warning here about a half hour before the game. That passed through, and that was the good news. The bad news is the rain followed, and it continues. Reed Burris sets up, fires, ball is caught. Ellingson with the grab. Ellingson with a 120-yard receiving day in his CFL debut last week.